Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees for this Friday's session. And especially I would like to thank each one of you for taking out your Fridays and being available for these spiritual discussions. The discussions will help actually to understand our core existence and identity as servants of the God, Krishna, and more especially by taking references from the various Vedic scriptures and also discussing the modern situations which we are right now going through. And through this way, we are trying to imbibe the spiritual principles within the mind and intelligence and the heart of everyone. So, Avinash Parihar, thank you. Hare Krishna. Welcome you for coming. So today we have a very special topic and we have a very special person with us. So if before we begin our session, I would like to just tell about the topic, what we are having. In this topic today, we are taking on the life lessons or the key lessons for the life from Ramayana. So Ramayana and Mahabharata play a very important role in the life of all the Indians, especially from childhood. And if you deeply absorb in these two literatures, Mahabharata is composed very elaborately as a, I can say as a, in the form of a verses, 1 lakh verses. And Ramayana is composed around 24,000 verses as a kavya, as a poem. And these two play a very important role in giving life lessons for every individual. While Mahabharata is centered around Krishna, Ramayana is centered around Lord Ram. And these two supreme personalities of Godhead are very, you can say the glory of India could be connected way back to the glories which these two personalities, which do forms of personality of Godhead who have manifested here in India. The Bharata Varsha is glorious because of these great personalities, or not just great personalities, the supreme personality of Godhead manifesting in Surya Vamsa and Chandra Vamsa, the two dynasties. So there are many things to learn from these lives of these two personalities, and especially we get to hear from many devotees and many acharyas about the life lessons from the Ramayana. However, today in the Satsang, I especially invited one very special devotee, Balabhadrani Kamaraju. I have been knowing him from his days in IIT Kharagpur. He is a very intellectual and very studious student, and he had a great success during his college time also. I just wanted to mention a few aspects. As a professional, he was very, he did a lot of things. He was a silver medalist while he was in the college. But when you see him, he's a very simple guy. In his disposition, behavior, in his lifestyle, he maintained a lot of simplicity. And that glory certainly goes to the his parents or the culture from which he was brought in. And right now here in this assembly, we have his wife also and his father's sister, Shanti Mataji also here. They are eager to hear from him, I suppose. And after his studies, during his studies also he maintained his chanting Commitment to spiritual practices, principles very intact. I've seen him very dedicated during his days in colleges. Read Prabhupada books very seriously, understood the philosophy very powerfully, and also shared this knowledge to other students. And one may say that he might have compromised his career. I can say no. He has really flourished like anything in his career. Later on, he worked. I think some company was working in oil companies. Na? Some oil company was working. Indian Oil. He was working. He should travel around and open the petrol bunks. Huh? that registering them and inaugurated. Then later on, he felt the need to get into management studies. So within just an attempt, he got into ISB, Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. There, I can say he had a great support and encouragement from his wife, because of which you can say he really succeeded during his stay at ISB 2 years. And he became the Dean Lister in the ISB Hyderabad. And later on, he took up various jobs at various places. But he was, because he's quite principled in his life and quite accomplishing boy and a man now. So he got into Tata Strategy group as a member, core member of the Tata Strategy, where Tata groups, all the companies which are into Tata, they have to set various aspects within the companies. So he goes to various places and address those issues. And still he maintained his simplicity. Somehow he happened to visit Kolkata from his business, for his job purpose. So I requested today morning only, you can please share something from the Ramayana to all the devotees. And here we have him here. So we'll begin today's session. And in today's session, I will sing one specific song which was composed by Sri Vaishnava Lakshmana Acharya on the entire Ramayana in the form of Lord Ram's name, 108 names. But we will sing only the Balakanda section of that. And we'll try to see from that. Kamaraj, we can share it right now. How just by reading those verses of Ramayana, you can understand the whole story of the Ramayana. That will be for 10 minutes, that song. And then afterwards, I will give the screen to our Kamaraj Prabhu to share his wonderful presentation on the key lessons from the life of or from the Ramayana. So he'll be sharing those aspects. Okay. So yeah. So all of you can please recite this verse after me. Okay. We have taken from the writings of Lakshmana Acharya from Sri Sampradaya. He has given this Nama Ramayana in the form of names of Lord Ram. He has depicted the entire Ramayana story of all the 7 kandas: Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda, Aranya Kanda, and Sundara Kanda, and Yuddha Kanda, and Uttara Kanda. So we are reciting the verses of Balakanda. What are the pastimes which happened in the depicted in the Balakanda by Valmiki Rishi? Okay. So we pray that this discussion presentation, what we are having, it intensifies our devotion and faith in Lord Ram, and thereby intensify our practice of devotional service, especially faith in the holy names of Lord Rama and Krishna, and get committed to spiritual practices. Hare Krishna. So you please recite after me. Shuddha Brahma Paratmara Rama Kalatmaka Para Meshwara Brahma परात्पर राम कालात्मक परमेश्वर राम शेषतल्प सुख निद्रितरा ब्रह्माद्यामर प्रार्थितराम शेषतल्प सुख निद्रितरा ब्रह्माद्यामर प्रार्थितरा राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम श्रीमद्दशरथ नंदन राम चंड किरण कुल मंडन राम श्रीमद्दशरथ नंदन राम कौसल्या सुख वर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम कौसल्या सुख वर्धन राम विश्वामित्र प्रियधन राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम घोर ताटक घातक राम मारे चादि निपातक राम घोर ताटक घातक राम मारे चादि निपातक राम कौशिकामक संरक्षक राम श्रीमदयोल्लधारक राम कौशिकमक संरक्षक राम श्रीमदयोल्लधारक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम Go to the next slide. गौतम मुनि सम पूजित राम सुर मुनिवर गण संस्तुत राम गौतम मुनि संपूजित राम सुर मुनिवर गण संस्तुत राम नाविक दाविक मुदुपद राम मिथिलापुरी जन मोहक राम नाविक दाविक मृदुपद राम मिथिलापुरी जन मोहक राम 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 जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम वेद मानस विदेह मानस रंजक राम त्रयंबक कार्मुक भंजक राम विदेह मानस रंजक राम त्रयंबक कार्मुक भंजक राम सीतार्पित वरमालिक राम ऋतुवैवाहिक कौतुक राम सीतार्पित वरमालिक राम ऋतुवैवाहिक कौतुक राम 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 जय राजा राम Rama Rama Jaya Sita Rama Rama Jaya Raja Ram Rama Rama Jaya Sita Bhargavadarpa Vinashakaram Srimad Ayodhya Palakaram Bhargavadarpa Vinashakaram Srimad Ayodhya Palakaram Rama Rama Jaya Raja Ram Rama Rama Jaya Sita Rama Rama Raja Ram Rama Rama Jaya Sita Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Shri Nama Ramayana ki Jai. Shivara Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Guru. Finally, we have the devotee joined in. That is a very interesting thing in devotional practice. Lord is very eager to come fast and deliver us, but we have time constraint. We joined very late. Anyway, thank you for all those. Okay, Mani Mata, thank you. Oh, Primila joined. Hare Krishna, Rachna, Hare Karani. So thank you for all of you for joining here. Okay, Aruna Prabhu also there, Advaita, Hare Krishna. Roshni Mataji, thank you for joining. Mullidhar is there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so now I will request Kamaraj Prabhu to take the lead and please continue as a wonderful presentation on life, key lessons for the life from Ramayana. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Like in front of so many senior devotees, Prabhuji has sacrificed his whole life for Krishna consciousness instead of having so many material qualifications. So I'm really humbled to speak in front of all of you. So many of you are wonderfully practicing Krishna consciousness and attending lectures and very inquisitive about the spiritual life, which is very rare in this world. Like out of Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita that out of crores and crores of people, only one or two may have inquisitiveness in order to inquire about the spiritual life and bhakti. So very happy to see you all. So you're very rare souls that you are here. So in this short, probably maybe I'll
Kamaraj
take.
Prabhu?
Yes.
Yeah, what you can do, you can keep the mic near to your mouth, very close to that. And yeah, that is very important.
Is it better, Prabhuji?
Yeah, it's better. And take it. Yes, correct.
So in Ramayana, we are trying to learn 4 lessons what we can actually inculcate in our life. हमारा जीवन में क्या lessons हम practice कर सकते हैं, so that we are trying to see. So in this lecture, we will try to cover 4. See how let us see how much time permits us. And first lesson is character charms our heart more than accomplishments. Like हमारा जो like we need to focus in our life on the character, gunas, qualities, to improve qualities than accomplishments. So it actually brings us more fulfillment than other accomplishments that we do. So if you see from Lord's Ram life, like more than accomplishments and opulence, it brings us so much of qualities that we can learn from Lord Ram's life, right from his birth. Like if you see when he's in childhood, like Vishwamutra Muni has come and asked his father, please send your son Lord Ramachandra to forest along with me. My yaga over there is getting disturbed by Rakshasas. So please send your son to protect me. Then Lord Ram was a very small child, and he was actually in kingdom with all appearances. But even Dasarath Maharaj is not willing to send. Like so many big Rakshasas, very powerful Rakshasas are there. How the small son can tackle them? And however, Dasarath Maharaj agreed on the advice of Vasishtha. As I said, but Ram did not say a word. He left all the opulences of kingdom and went along with Vishwamitra Muni to forest. So we can understand the quality of obedience to his seniors. Like always obeying the seniors. So that is wonderful quality that we can actually see in Lord Ramachandra since from his childhood. Serving Guru, like Vishwamitra is supposed to be a spiritual master or Guru to Lord Ramachandra. So he was obeying the order of Lord Ramachandra. And once Lord Ramachandra is in forest, so suddenly Bhutaka has come, Tataka has come in. And then Vishwamitra Muni said, please kill her. And if you see here, it is a very not a good activity, at least in a material perspective. Killing a woman is not actually accepted in society. So if in case Rama kills Tataka, his name would have some mark saying that he killed a lady. But he did not worry about all that. He got an instruction from Guru that he has to kill Tataka. So without any second thought, he immediately killed Tataka. So that was here also the same thing. We can see how humble he is. Whatever his Guru said, he followed it. So in our similarly, if you see in our life, sometimes we feel that reading spiritual books or doing japa, as we got it for instruction from spiritual master gurus. So at the time we may feel discomfort, or we think what others will feel. Like अरे ये तो जब कर रहा है, ये तो बाबा है, पुराना जमाना का है, ये इस काल का नहीं है. Like that we may get some comment, then we think whether it is okay or not, whether what people think. But if we in case follow the instruction as it is and able to embrace the spiritual life in our daily activities, then we can see the result, how our life becomes so beautiful. And so after Kartika got killed, uh, Ram killed two more demons, Marichi and Subahu. Like Subahu was killed and Marichi was thrown away very far, so that again he will not come back and disturb the yajna that is being conducted by Vishwamitra. And then Vishwamitra took Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman to Ayodhya, Mithila. Mithila, there is a Swayamvara arranged for Mother Sita. And then Vishwamitra took them, and there was a Swayamvara there, it was arranged. So Lord Ram and Lakshman went there, and they were looking in the palace of Mithila, and they were like everyone is staring at Lord Ram by seeing his beauty, how beautiful he was. Everyone is staring, and then it was so wonderful to see take darshan of Lord Ramachandra by all Mithila people. However, just one minute.
Kamaraj Prabhu, you may come to this another place here. There you can continue. Okay, please come here. Krishna is joining.
So all were very happy. All were very happy taking the darshan of Lord Ram. At that time, like Lord was roaming and went to a garden. There he saw Mother Sita, and like he was just seeing Sita. He was just standing there, getting amazed. And Sita was also seeing Lord Ram, and just thinking like like wow, how fortunate I would be if Lord Rama can be my husband. And Lord Rama was also thinking in the same way, how fortunate I can be if the Sita can be my wife. So like that they were like stunned for almost 5-10 minutes. Then Lakshman pulled out Ram and saying, let us go, our Guru might be calling and waiting for us. And then they went to Guru. And then Guru asked, what you did, why it took so much time? Then Lord Ram said, there I saw a wonderful lady over there, so I got stunned by her beauty. So you see that like Lord Ram was truthful, like he was not hiding anything in front of Guru. So that actually is a very wonderful quality and very difficult quality to have. It's like opening and always being truthful is one, and second is opening up with our whatever we did. It could be right or wrong. Opening up before the spiritual master will actually elevate us in order to be always on the right path. So that always gets our make us in control and always be in the right path. So that are the two wonderful qualities that we can see. Always submissiveness to what to the Guru, and be open minded and revealing everything to Guru. So that is what we can understand from Lord Ram. After that, Swayamvar started, and then everyone was trying to lift the bow, and no one was able to lift it, even move it. That bow was actually brought in with around 300 people carrying the bow, and all different kshatriyas had tried it, and no one was able to lift it. Then Janaka Maharaj, father of Mother Sita, was quite disappointed and saying, are there no one who is a real kshatriya? Is there anyone who is a man? Everyone is looking like a woman. So those were the comments made by Janaka Maharaj. Then Lakshman became angry. Why you are saying, like, he became angry because even Lord Ram is there in that Swayamvara. So he don't want any disfame coming to Lord Ram. So immediately he stood up and said, what, even like, no, Lord Ram is not required, even I can do it. Like Lord Ram is even more much powerful than me. So just imagine the power of Lord Ram. Like that he stood up. And then Lord Ram called him back, don't do like that, it's not good. After that, then Vishwamitra told Lord Ram to go and lift the bow. So that was again you see that even though Lord Ram has the ability to do it, he is waiting for the instruction from the Guru to do it. So he is not showing off his ability going first, and then this is my ability, see my progress. So he is actually here also we can see the humbleness of Lord Ram and respecting elders. And once he lifted the bow, like people are not able to lift the move the bow, and he lifted it and strung the string. For strunging the string, he need to bend that bow, so it requires much more power to bend the bow than lifting. And after bending it, it broke it, and it broke. So the lot of sound it created, uh, create a lot of like oceans too. Ocean, there's so much of sound it creates. It like ocean started flowing as floods over the land, and like it was a kind of a, earth got disturbed. Immediately, Lord Lakshmana came, and then as an Ananta Sesha, he put his strong leg on the ground and controlled everything, so that no disturbance can happen. And immediately Sita, Mother Sita was very happy seeing that Lord Ram done the task, and then he came with the garland to Lord Ram, and then Lord Ram did not accept that garland. He mentioned that like my Guru mentioned to lift the bow, and I did it, and that is my duty as given by the Guru. But marrying you is not mentioned either my by my father or my Guru, so I cannot accept you as my wife. So that was the again you see
how he was actually binded by all the different regulations, not uh, denying anything. So I am done, so I can now marry. So that was not the mood. Always in a submission mood. So when immediately Vishwamitra Muni came and told that, okay, Vishwamitra Muni came and told that we can marry Mother Sita. So please let me know if anyone of you are like, or is, my voice is not audible. Please let me know in between. And in case if you have any query, also please you can ask in between. Please feel free to interact. Not an issue. So after that, Mother Sita, Guru told, now we can marry. So then Lord agreed to marry. However, if you see, Mother Sita is actually holding garland, and Lord Ram is taller, and he's now like Mother Sita is not able to keep the garland. Lord Ram has to bend before Sita, and he is not bending. And Sita Devi is not able to ask to bend. So they are waiting there for 10-15 minutes like that. And Sita Devi is very happy. If you see Sita, like both her hands up, in her bangles, there are glasses. And through glasses, she is able to see the face of Lord Ram in glasses of bangles. So she is very happy like that, waiting for Lord Ram, taking the darshan of Lord Ram. But now how to do this puzzle? Like Ram is not willing to go down, and Sita Devi cannot put the garland unless Lord bends his head. Then immediately Lakshman understands the situation better. Immediately Lakshman comes and falls at the feet of Lord Ram. And Lord Ram was saying, like, Lakshman is saying, Pahimam, please help me, please save me, please save me. And then Lord Ram was just bowed down and lifting the Lakshman with the help of his shoulders, and asking Lakshman, what happened, what happened. And as soon as Ram bowed down to lift Lakshman, Sita Devi immediately put the garland in Ram's neck. So Ram did not realize that. And Lakshman told, no, nothing, just nothing happened. I thought of something, but it did not. So he went back in that way. So this is how Lord Ram married Mother Sita. So if you see in every instance, Lord actually is these are some of the stories that we have discussed of Lord Ram in the from his childhood. In every step of his life, we can see how dignified it is. He's full of qualities. If you see here in his life also, he followed Eka Patni Patidaru. He is restricted only to one wife. So that was also again one quality. In those days, at least in Kshatriyas, they can marry multiple women. Like if you see, Dasarath Maharaj married 3 wives, and but Ram did not do that. He was being a Kshatriya, even though he is allowed, he was actually stick with only one wife. And even when Sita is abducted by Ravana, at that time also he struggled very hard to get back Sita, but he did not simply give away Sita and marry some other person. So if you see, he's an ideal husband, like when and then ideal king, even though he is with only one wife, again, like to be an exemplary king, he left Sita to make to like lead an ideal example for people. So that was the quality of Lord Ram. So the more we discuss pastimes of Lord Ram, the more we understand, the more our heart becomes so satisfied by the pastimes of Lord Ram. Each and every step is full of humbleness. Instead of having so much of ability to achieve anything, we don't see any pride, and always submissive to elders, openness with his spiritual master. So we can see all the ideal characters in Lord Ram. He's an ideal husband, ideal son to Dasarath Maharaj, ideal father to Lavakusa. So we see as a complete man. If you see in Suprapatam, these are the verses that were given glorifying Lord Rama. अभिराम गुणाकर धासर दे जगदे कदनुत्तर धीरमते रघुनायक राम रमेश विभो वरदो भवदेव दया जलधे. We see Abhirama Gunakara, like all the qualities, Guna Akara, like all the qualities have taken a form. So that is Lord Ramachandra. Dasarade, the son of Dasarada Maharaj, who is Lord Ramachandra. Jagadeka Danurthara Dhiramate. Jagadeka in the whole world, Danurthara, no one is equal to the Lord Ram in terms of Dhanurvidya, like bow and arrow. Like it is said that Ram Ban, like once it is thrown or applied, it cannot be defeated. It is always in a winning position. Dhiramate, so he is that much powerful. Raghunayaka Rama Ramesha Vibho, so he gives pleasure to all, even to Rama, the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi Devi, Sita Devi. So, and Varadho Bhava Deva Daya Jalade, Varadho Bhava, so he blesses all his devotees who take the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Ram. Daya Jalade is compassionate. He's Jalade means ocean. So ocean of compassion. So that much large compassion Lord Ram has. So if you see here one more verse. Avani tanaya kamaniya karam rajani karacharu mukham buruham rajani chararaja samohimiram mahaniya maham raghurama maye. If you see here, Avani Tanaya Kamaniya Karam. Avani Tanaya, like if you see, Avani means the whole world has become so beautiful in when Lord Ram is ruling. Kamaniya, so beautiful Karam, like Ramar, that is why we say Kamaniyam, Ramarajam. So whenever Lord Ram rules, everything becomes so wonderful, because like as a leader, if you are perfect, your family will be perfect. So that is why it is told that we need to first follow automatically. Whole our family, our spouse, children, parents automatically will take to the right path by seeing us. So we should be exemplary, so that it becomes easy for us to move our path, family also in the right direction. And Rajani Karacharu Mukhamboruham. Rajani Kara means darkness. Charu means king. King of darkness is called moon. So moon is actually so bright and dark. So it is mentioned in that way. Mukham Burham. So the Mukham means face. Lord Ram's face is more beautiful than that. So that is how the beauty of Lord Ram is. So all our qualities, like if you see ourselves also, if you are actually imbibing the good qualities, if you are devotional, if you are practicing spiritual practices, automatically good qualities come in. So along with good qualities, our facial features also will turn in that way. Rajani Chara means who actually roam in the night time. So those are actually demons, Rakshasas. Rakshasas roam in night time. Raja, so king of them. So king of demons is Ravana. Rajato Mamo Mihiram. So Mamo Mihiram means Ram defeated him. So he has defeated. So we should also pray that there are a lot of bad qualities in our heart. Oh Ram, please destroy those qualities which are there in our heart, which are not good for me, so that I can worship him more. So that is a prayer that we can do. Mahaniya Maham Raghu Rama Maye. So Mahaniya Maham, so beautiful it is. Like Ramacharit is so beautiful. Here there are so many verses in shortage of time. I'm just skipping this. And this is the thing that we can understand. Like if you see Ravana has so much of accomplishments. He prayed to Lord Brahma severely for material benefits so many years, and he got all the 9 planets in his control. He got so much of power, so much of accomplishments. He has built a golden kingdom, and he has made so many, like if you see he has so many accomplishments. Like he like with his eyebrow he can control the sun, moon, all 9 planets. Like if he is very hot, he has to just lift his one of the eyebrow, so that immediately sun will become afraid and decrease the hotness. So that is what the accomplishments of Ravana are. But he was never happy, he was never satisfied. He's always having something burning in his heart. But how we can actually get the satisfaction in our heart? Character. So qualities, when you are full of good qualities, automatically that charms our heart, And how we can get that? Through devotion, regularly practicing spiritual life, all the chanting you can do, hearing and reading spiritual books. So this is a key in opening up to spiritual master, enabling him to help us. So these are the things that we can do to improve our character. And now coming to the second one, bhakti is beyond external qualifications. So sometimes we think that I am so like, even Ambani can practice bhakti. He has all the material wealth, so he need not endure anything. I have so many sufferings. I have so many exams to do, and maybe my parents are not wealthy enough. I need to earn and so that I can actually take care of them. So if you see in each and every one of your life, there could be some difficulties. But in Ramayana, we can see that how so many devotees perform bhakti and understand that anyone can practice at any stage of life. If you see Valmiki, who is he? Like, he's a hunter who is actually killing animals. But what he did, he just simply followed the instruction of the spiritual master or Narada Muni. Then immediately what happened? He turned into great sage and wrote Ramayana. If you see Guha is a tribal, and he also practiced bhakti as his life and soul. Like, he was a Guha, like when Lord Ram went to Vanavasa, he was so detached. He was just following the instruction of his father. He is about to be coronated, and then he is thrown into the forest. Can you imagine? Like, sudden king of Ayodhya, like for example, Narendra Modi, like you are about to become PM of India, Narendra Modi. And in the next day, from PM, you have become to nothing. You don't own anything. Even your ornaments also are not with you. So that was the position. So Lord Ram accepted so pleasantly without any disturbance. So that was a quality of Lord Ram. And after coming to after starting his vanvas, so he has to cross the river. So at that time, Guha told that, Lord Ram, you have to come in my boat only. So he washed the feet of Lord Ram, and with all the celebrations, he actually made Lord Ram, Lakshman, and Sita seated in his boat and taking the other way. So at that time, Mother Sita was so pleased by the uh, hospitality that is being given by Guha to Lord Ram. So immediately she took golden finger ring, and then gave to Lord Ram. Lord Ram, please give it to Guha. Then Lord Ram took it and is giving to Guha. And then Guha told, Lord Ram, I cannot accept this. You are giving me this to for making you cross this river. I cannot accept. Then he told one thing: between two equals, we should not accept anything. Like, we two are equal. Lord Ram, you and I are equal. So I cannot accept this. So they are little puzzled with that statement, but Lord Ram understood the intent. So he did not say anything and asked further. Guha, so can you explain it further? Then Guha told, Lord Ram, I am making you cross the river, and you are also making everyone to cross the river. So Vaitarani Nadi, that is there between this material world and spiritual world. So one who takes the shelter of Lord Ram, he actually helps us to cross the Vaitarani Nadi and go to the spiritual world. So he is also a boatman. Lord Ram is also a boatman who actually takes shelter of Lord Ram, will actually brings everyone from Vaitarani, like from this world to crossing the Vaitarani Nadi to Vaikuntha. So I am helping you now without taking anything. So you have to help me to cross this Vaitarani Nadi towards the end of my life without taking anything. So that is what he mentioned. So we can see that Lord Guha is always filled with devotion to Lord Ram, even though he's a tribal. And here we can see so many examples in this way. Jatayu, we see that Jatayu, when Sita was being taken away by Ravana, small boat Jatayu, she knows before only, Lord Ravana is so strong, even Surya Chandra cannot defeat Ravana. So little boat, what I can do? But she did not stop at there. She went and sacrificed her life. She did not sit silent. She went and sacrificed her life to protect Sita, even though she failed. But ultimately what happened? Lord Ram saw Jatayu in her last breath, and did funeral rites to Jatayu. Like doing funeral rites means treating Jatayu as father or mother. He did it. So that was the position Lord Ram taken to Jatayu. So if you see like Jatayu's position, no one can achieve. Like sacrificed her life to protect Mother Sita. So even birds, if you see, and following the same example, if you see like Jatayu's brother is Sampati. Like if you see, that is what we can see here. Even though like if you are following devotional service, automatically our relatives, all our friends also will follow. So this is by setting the ideal example, we can actually make others also follow in the same direction. Somebody like everyone is in situation of dying. Like if you see like Lord Ram sent Hanuman and different warriors in multiple directions to search for Sita. And Hanuman, Jambavan, Angada, so many people went in south direction towards Lanka side. But ultimately they approached ocean. So once they approached ocean, so they don't know what to do. So they searched everywhere and they did not get it. So they're about to die. They actually put up a straw mat and was sleeping and they want to put on fire or they want to commit suicide. So that was the position they were in. And at that time, Sampati helped by understanding that they are Lord Ram, that I need to somehow help them. So that is how she did her part in service. Saying that Sita went to Lanka, you need to cross this ocean in order to reach Sita. So that by saying the direction and also exact location where Sita Devi is, Sampati did tremendous service and saved not only all the warriors and Sita Devi also. So that was a service that was done by Sampati, brother of Jatayu. And if you see, and oh yeah, during our bhakti, if you see, this old lady Sabri was offering fruits eaten by Sabri. So if you see, like it was not good in order to give the like Sabri was Sabri. Here also we can see how patient Sabri is. Sabri waited for so many years, waiting for Lord Ram. Like what is the faith that Sabri has? Her guru told, like you wait here, Lord Ram will come, and you have to feed, do service for Lord Ram. So that was being told by Guru, and she was patiently waiting there for Lord Ram. So that was a faith, Shraddha that Sabri has in the words of Guru, that Lord Ram will definitely come. How many years it may cross, but he will definitely come. So with that faith, she is waiting. And when Lord Ram has come, there were berries. So they are very special berries. We cannot understand whether they are sour or sweet based just by seeing. We need to taste it. So Sabri was tasting those fruit and giving only the sweet fruits to Lord Ram. So if you see externally, we see that from bahar se dekhne se झूठा फल राम को दे रहा है, but Ram is seeing the intent, with which intent Sabri is doing and enjoying the fruit and releasing the fruit. So always in our bhakti also we should see, always we need to see, not as a business, like I am doing this, so oh, Bhagwan ye de do, mere ko ye de do. So we need to not do like that. We need to do only for the pleasure of spiritual master and Lord. भगवान ये कर रहे हैं हम आपका like to make you happy as a service. So that is a mood that always we need to have in order to while doing service. So sometimes we will not have, so many material desires will come in between. So at least we need to pray, oh Lord, I am actually getting so many material desires, I want this, I want that, but please allow me to be free from these desires. I cannot do on myself. So please see that I can do this service without any material desire. So at least we can try to pray that, so that we can try to advance in devotional service. See, Sabri, old lady, she is not having anything, just a hut, small hut, but then she was also able to serve. If you see like Hanuman, even one full day is not sufficient to describe who Hanuman is. And even a monkey did lot of service, like building, like bringing whole mountain and then destroying Lanka, so much of service. So even squirrel did so much. whatever is. So if we, what we can understand from squirrel, we know we need not do so many big services like Hanuman. Whatever is possible in our day, whatever time is possible, we can try to devote to Lord Ram or Lord Krishna, so that the same thing can come back. So devotional service never will go in vain. If you see, whatever they gave, they got multiple times back. If you see, today morning I was hearing one lesson of Draupadi. Draupadi actually, when Krishna was injured in her finger, in his finger, she immediately that she is wearing a new sari, very brand new sari, and she immediately tore a small piece from the sari and tied around the wound of Krishna. So she gave small piece of sari, and what she got in return, unlimited sari. When it was a dire need, it was a dire need for women at that time, she got unlimited sari. So whatever we give to Lord Ram or Lord Krishna, we get 10 times, 20 times in return. But we should not expect that Lord will definitely give that, but our desire when doing that should not be like that. So we need to pray for that, that our mood should not be like that. It is not in our hands, but we need to pray that I should not demand in that way. We see a vision, he is in a demon family surrounded by demons, but then he is also able to practice. Jambavan, a bear, is able to practice. So there are so many devotees who practice. So till now, if you see, there are so many lessons, but in paucity of time, I'm just skipping this. If you see, like all these devotees out there, whatever they were able to do. So we need to understand, like if you see, till now we saw a hunter, a tribal guha, a small old lady not having anything, sabari, a bird, two birds, Jatayu and Sampati, monkey, bear, demons, everyone is able to do whatever in whatever capacity they can. So we can see whatever circumstance we have, we should ensure that we do some or other service without it. Like at least we have 24 hours, we can be tackling our problems, whatever is there in our life, but at least we should ensure that we can give 2 to 3 hours in a day to devotional service. So not only that we'll get back in 10x 20x times in return, it will help in making our sharp focus also in remaining day. So we should ensure that at the end of like I was just discussing, just I'll take 2 more minutes to conclude second part, and 5 more minutes to put 3 and 4 in. So just 7 to 8 minutes. So when we are in childhood studying, we think that studies are the big thing. We need to study, exams are coming. I need to study that. I don't have time to practice bhakti. But once we are come to job, we just think to the study life. We think that why I have taken so much of strain. Now, whatever I have learned, nothing is used now. So unnecessarily, I have taken so much of hard work to do that. And similarly, now we are earning a lot, and our aim is to earn more and more. And then when we become old, we see that lot of work, lot of endeavor we did to earn money, so nothing is coming to our use. Our senses won't work properly. We have earned so much, and nothing will, we cannot enjoy that. So at that time we lament, I could have actually given some time to Lord, which will actually increase my permanent blank balance in spiritual life. Like whatever we earn, it will be there only till this life, but whatever service we do, it will come life after life. So we need to ensure that in permanent, we should never lament back saying that I misused my life. So that was the thing that we need to do. And coming to the third one, Lord won't tolerate offenses to his devotees. So we should be actually very gentle while dealing with devotees. Like we should not offend devotees. If you see some examples, and we can learn some live examples from that. Like if you see, like when Lord Ram and Lakshman, Lord Ram and Lakshman were in Vanavas, Bharat was coming with entire army. Then at that time, Lakshman doubted Bharat, saying that he is again coming to attack us. He don't want us to live in forest also. So that was a doubt. That was the offense that is committed by Lakshman to Bharat. But then Lord Ram told, it's not like that. I know the heart of Bharat. He is coming to take my shelter. Let us see what will happen. So the same thing happened. If you see, Lakshman wanted the Paduka, like he requested Lord Ram to come back to Ayodhya and take the kingship, but he did not. Lord did not accept, and then gave his Paduka. So it's again a big story. I'm not going in that deep. but we see that Lakshman committed that offense. So the result of that, you see that when Lord Ram went to catch the golden deer for Mother Sita doubted Lord Lakshman, saying that you wanted to enjoy me, that is why you're not going to help Lord Ram. So that was a doubt. Sita Devi actually want Lakshman to go at any cost, so that's why she told. But again, it is a doubt that actually pierced the heart of Lakshman. So if you see that Lakshman suffered that because he doubted Bharata, Sita doubted Lakshman. And then if you see, Sita doubted Lakshman, again it is an offense that Sita committed at Lakshman. That is where the end we see that Lord doubted Sita and asked her to do Agni Pariksha after returning from kingdom of Lanka. So that way you see that Lord's near associates, very near associates, Lakshman, Sita Devi, very near associates, even they are not exempted from offending Vaishnavas. So we should be, of course, this is again in Leela. So to teach us, they're all doing this part as an action, but we need to understand how sensitive we should be when dealing with devotees. Like in terms of when counselor is asking anything, we need to reveal all the details, whatever they're asking. And when devotees are giving any messages, we can understand what messages, try to reply and just not neglect it. So even we should be very careful. There's a one more important thing while dealing with devotees, we should be very careful that we should not offend them. We should be always respectful to them. That is one. And going to the last topic. So this is again one more story in paucity of time, 7:40. There's a one more story on offense. Probably I'll skip this. And going to the last one, differences of opinions among devotees should not disturb relationships between them. Like if you see there are two devotees, two devotees are sharing some opinion, and then they wanted to, okay, let us discuss the past, then we can discuss that. Like if you see, Vibhishan is coming to Lord Ram to take his shelter. So Lord Ram, Sugriva, Hanuman, everyone saw that Vibhishan is coming. And then everyone puzzled what to do. And ultimately Sugriva came and took shelter of Lord Ram. He told Lord Ram, please save me. I don't want to be there with Ravana. He is not doing good activity. So at the time, Lord Ram asked. So different members were there. Opinion of different Hanuman, Jambavan, Sugriva, everyone he asked. So then Sugriva says, like I am suspicious. He may want to become spy. He may want to become spy and then give all the information of our army to Ravana. So that is, so we should not accept. And then Hanuman says that, no, when I went to Lanka, then like Jambavan speaks that we may have to consider, like so many people give different opinion. Hanumanji says that when I went to Lanka, Vibhishan was there who was actually helping me. So he's a very good person. Please give shelter. So that is what. But ultimately what Lord Ram said that even when Ravana comes to me, I will give the shelter. So that is what. So Sugriva, I'll definitely give shelter. Like he said that anyone who takes my shelter, who comes to my lotus feet, I will definitely give shelter. So if you see that even though how many wrong activities we did in past, if we take shelter of Lord Ram immediately accepts us and elevates us and makes us happy. So yeah, this is one. And second one, if you see there is a conflict between Hanumanji's and Sugriva's opinion. Sugriva don't want to give, Hanumanji wanted to give. So ultimately, Lord Ram accepted Hanuman's opinion in a way. But Sugriva is never happy that Lord Ram did not treat me well. He accepted Hanumanji's and he did not accept my opinion. So that type of conflict is not there. Opinion is seen as opinion. Like you should not take it personal. Like not taking the opinion is just based on the merit of the opinion. That opinion is probably, the other opinion is much better, as is having much more visibility as Hanumanji went to Lanka. So we have to take in that perspective. So we should not take opinions personally and make it as a conflict between devotees. So that is the fourth lesson that we can learn. Sorry, I think we already crossed 12 to 13 minutes. Apologies for that. So this is in short that 4 lessons that we can learn. So again, summarizing what we learned till now. One is character. Always we need to focus on quality character and how to improve our character. Every day we can do some small activity of improving the quality. Today we can take a vow that I will not speak lies. I will always speak truth. Or we can say that I always try to regularly chant some rounds. So that type of initiatives will actually improving our character, will charm our heart. How this will charm, how character will come? Character cannot come in easily. By devotion, having devotion, taking help of spiritual master, we can actually improve our character, which is much more important than accomplishments. And then second, whatever position we are, we need to practice bhakti in whatever capability we are. If you see that otherwise we'll lament towards our end of the life. If you see, we understand from Ramayana, even squirrel, monkeys, bears, demons, old lady, everyone was able to serve in their whatever capability it is. And third, Lord won't tolerate offenses to his devotees. So we should be very, very sensitive that we should never offend a devotee. It is a blunder that we do, which can actually destroy our bhakti. So we see that his near associates, Lakshman, Sita Devi, his own consort, was not tolerated because of this. Again, that is a Leela. We need to understand that that is a Leela perspective. They wanted to teach us. So that is what was mentioned. And the fourth one is difference of opinions among devotees should be treated as it is. We should not take it personally. We should treat as it is. And uh, like for example, in your class, probably timings might be asked 2-3 devotees, and if some timing of other devotee is taken, we should not get think that that devotee is taken more priority than you. We need to see the opinion, merit of the opinion only, and should not take it personally. Thank you one very much, and I'm very, very happy that all of you are here, and very, very thankful to all of you. And once again want to appreciate that you are a few of the souls who are there, in crores of people that are there who actually have interest. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyante. Like after many, many births, on out of crores of people, only few people come to bhakti process. So we are those few. Thanks. Thank you everyone.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Haribol. Akash, am I audible to you? Arnav Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, you are audible.
Yeah. So thank you, Kamaraj Prabhu, for a wonderful session which you took here. I think some devotees have questions here. Arnav Prabhu is asking questions. We should answer that questions. And I would like to say something. After that, you can answer those questions. I'm very impressed by the way you presented the qualities of Lord Ram, the lessons from that Ramayana. So I just thought about these 1, 2, 3, 4 lessons, and I made an acronym in which it's very easy to remember these 4 lessons. First is R, Rama. Its acronym is Rama, Lord Rama. Okay. Rama. R stands for responsibility. So generally, Lord Ram is known for taking his responsibility and being committed to it. That is a wonderful character of Lord Ram. I remember hearing Valmiki Ramayana says about Mr. Lord Ram, that at the age of 12, I think 10 or 10-year-old, Dasharat Maharaj was searching for Lord Ram. Where is he? Where is he? And the minister Sumantra told, Lord Ram is must be some place in Ayodhya where some problem is happening. Not that Lord Ram is creating problem. Yuvaraj Ram is not creating problem. Rather, Yuvaraj Ram is going to that place where problem is there, and he is showing his empathy. He's standing there, hearing everyone, problem kya ho raha hai, acha, theek hai. So he has this character, taking responsibility. and being available. So that is R stands for responsibility. And because of his wonderful qualities which Lord Ram has, therefore you find him always successful in his whatever project he takes, Lord Ram. Because people are with him. Why people are with him? Why Ajjavasis are with him is because of his character. He is always responsible in his role, whatever he has taken. As a son, he is responsible. As a husband, he was responsible. As a king of the citizens, he is responsible. He was always played his responsible role also. Second thing, A. A stands for adaptability. That is from the second lesson which our Kamaraj shared here. Bhakti is beyond external qualifications. Yeah. So Lord Ram was adaptable to accepting the devotional service offered by various types of devotees. He was very adaptable. In every situation, he adapt. In every possible situation which was in front of him, and whatever devotee, whatever situation he is in, he whatever service he offered, he accepted it. So by accepting it, he has exhibited his wonderful quality, or we can say Lord Ram, the adaptability. Just like here, like I gave the example of that the Lord Ram going to the houses and being available and expressing his responsibility as a Yuvaraj. Similarly, here in adaptability, you see that very wonderfully our Kamaraj mentioned that he was about to get coronated, but next moment he was told to leave everything. Then he adapted to that situation. That time, actually, he goes and tells Sita that, see, I am going, you stay back. But Sita said that, you are following your father's vow, so let me also follow my father's vow. My father Janakumara told me never give up the hand of Lord Ram. So why will I give up my father's vow? And the Lord Ram says, that whole forest is filled with a lot of ferocious animals. You cannot sustain there. He said, no, I will follow you like a shadow. I cannot be with. He went, she went, and not only she went, with Lord Ram accepted because he understood that Lord Sita is offering her service. And he was very pleased to, and then it means a lot of responsibility. If he alone goes, he can be little relaxed. But if he's taking his wife, then responsibility increases. So he adapted and accepted the service offered by Mother Sita in that way. And not only that, additionally, Lakshman also added up. When Lakshman wanted to go, Lord Ram had no option because Lakshman was very insisting upon that. He did not want to give up the service of Lord Ram. So he adapted to it. It meant what? Urimila to stay back. Urimila, then she sacrificed and stayed back. And Lord Ram accepted that aspect, how every person in Ramayana character, they're offering in whatever situation they are the best service to Lord Ram. And Lord Ram was adapting to it. Is adapting in that particular situation, accepting it. And M stands for maturity. M stands for the maturity which Lord Ram exhibited while especially dealing with Lakshman. When Lakshman started finding faults with Lord Bharat, immediately Lord Ram understood that there is no wrong in intentions of Lakshman, but the way he is behaving is very offensive. Okay. On the other hand, he has to deal with Bharat, who is coming now. He has confidence in Bharat. In fact, Lord Ram tells Lakshman that time, he said, you may break my heart, Lakshman, but Bharat will never break my heart. I have that trust from earlier. He is not coming to harm anything. He is coming for a particular reason. Let him come. And he told Lakshman, you cannot speak in between. You be on the side. So this is a maturity. And he did not criticize Lakshman. He said he started glorifying Bharat for this. And after the meeting, then he turned towards Lakshman. He said, see how much Bharat loves me. How much he has that trust? You are close to me, but he's not close to me. He's in separation, he's serving me. So in that way, he maturely handled the situation. That is a wonderful quality of Lord Ram. M stands for maturity. And A, like the difference of opinions which are there, among the Vanaras while accepting the Vibhishan. That time as a leader, Lord Ram involved every person. He did not take his own decision. This is A stands for accommodative. He accommodated the views of the Vanaras. He accommodated the natures of the Vanaras in his service. That is wonderful quality. Rama. R stands for the responsibility. A stands for adaptability. Adaptability means accepting the services of all varieties of devotees in whatever situation they are in, or whatever situation he may be in, Lord Ram. And M for maturity in dealing with two of his devotees, and maintaining the respect, maintaining his care for them, at the same time correcting them. And the A for accommodating the all natures of Vanaras in his service and their views, and taking any decision, whether it's to when to go for war, how to go, whether to construct the bridge or not. So all these aspects Lord Ram involved the Vanaras. So thank you, Kamaraj Prabhu, for a very wonderful session. And I request you please answer the Arunav Prabhu's two questions which he asked here. He says one should not commit offense to a devotee, but who is a devotee? How to identify? Not all who are God conscious can be called a devotee. We commit so many unknowing sins daily. How can we call ourselves as a devotee? So he has basically a question about the devotee. Who is a devotee? How to identify? So please, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you for your wonderful query, Prabhuji. Here, what I can say is we should be always careful not to hurt others. In case we need not judge who is a devotee. For example, Dhruv Maharaj, Dhruv was actually, when he was a child, he was offended by his stepmother. At the time, he was not a devotee, but later on, he went to become a great devotee. So we should be very, very careful, even though they might be having so many faults. We should always try to not offend anyone that we are interacting. Because we don't know who will become, at least if you are in Sangha, like they might be very neophyte, but we don't know future how they are going to be. So we should be very careful in case if we are finding faults from them. So we should understand that those faults are there within us. So that is why we are able to find in them also. So we should try to and we should try to be away from them and try to appreciate whenever it is possible and give them some gifts. And so these are the three principles that we can follow in order to avoid the offenses. But we should, irrespective of judging who is a devotee and non-devotee, and then taking the action of offending and non-offending, we should try to not offend anyone, so that we are always on the safe side. And moreover, we will be more happy. By offending, what happens is like they will develop some grudge or envy, and that will actually result, that is like a hot ball within our heart which burns our heart. That other devotee will not have anything, but being envious on him or being offending him, finding mistakes in him, it is like a hot red ball in our heart, fireball, which eats our peacefulness and heart. So we should be always try to find good qualities in others, appreciate others, so that those can flowing in our art instead of trying to find faults or offending devotees. So we should be always on the positive side, so that negative side won't come into our picture. Hope I answered your question, but not really sure.
Mahaprabhu says, anyone who chants one time Hare Krishna is a devotee. How many of you have chant one time Hare Krishna? At least once. So all those who chant one time Hare Krishna, they're all devotees. And another time Mahaprabhu told, anyone who is following the principles of bhakti, so he is a devotee. And another time he was asked Mahaprabhu, who is a devotee? He says, just by seeing him, you are reminded of Krishna. He is a devotee. So basically, Mahaprabhu is telling that there are three types of devotees. There are Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttamadhikaris. So the Madhyamadhikari practice the devotional principles very seriously. Kanishta maybe like the new devotees. They just chant Hare Krishna. Some or other time, rarely they come once and tell Hari Bol. They attend the yatra and then go away. And they may not practice regularly. Each of them are all devotees, and we should be careful, especially when it comes to offenses. We should be careful with everyone. And to Uttamadhikari, if you are offensive, that will create a great disturbance in one's life. Like that. It's more a serious aspect. So it's very nice. Okay, thank you very much. Anyone has any question or comment? I wanted to hear. You can stop the screen sharing, Prabhu. It will be nice. Yeah. Anyone has any questions? Both. Otherwise, we'll or any other point you want to share? How is the topic today? Yes. So, how many of you understood today's topic? 4 lessons from Ramayana. Hare Krishna. You have to respond. That word also Kamaraj told. Hare Krishna, Mega Mataji. You raised your hand, you have a question or you wanted to, you are saying, yeah? Mega?
No, your response, Prabhuji, the response to your question.
Huh?
It was response to your question. How many of you understood?
Fine. Achha. So in this today's discussion, this came about Hanumanji. So one time we'll have a Hanuman. Okay. Some interesting aspects of Hanumanji. We'll take that topic. Okay. Thank you all for your wonderful time and presence. Hare Krishna. See you, Ramachandra Bhagavan ki.
Jai.
Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.
Yeah.
Sai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Roshni Machadi. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Ramila Mataji. How is your studies going on there?